Here we discuss Chapit's method to solve first order nonlinear partial differential equations. Let f of x, y, z, p, q equal to 0 be the given first order and nonlinear partial differential equation. We know that dz equal to p dx plus q dy. That is, we have dz equal to dou z by dou x into dx plus dou z by dou y into dy. The auxiliary equations of Chapit's method are given by dp by dou f by dou x plus p into dou f by dou z equal to dq by dou f by dou y plus q into dou f by dou z equal to dz by minus p into dou f by dou p minus q into dou f by dou q equal to dx by minus dou f by dou p equal to dy by minus dou f by dou q. We know that dou f by dou x can also be denoted by fx. Therefore, another notation for this auxiliary equation is given by dp by fx plus p into fz equal to dq by fy plus q into fz equal to dz by minus p fp minus q fq equal to dx by minus fp equal to dy by minus fq. Then we consider the working rule for Chapit's method. There are 5 steps. The first step is transfer all terms of the given equation to the left hand side and denote the entire expression by f. That is, if there is any term in the right hand side, transfer all the terms to the left hand side and denote that by f. Then the second step is write down the Chapit's auxiliary equation 3 or 4. Then the third step is using the value of f in step 1, write down the values of dou f by dou x, dou f by dou y, etc. occurring in step 2 and substitute this in Chapit's equations 3 or 4. Then the next step is, after simplifying step 3, select two proper fractions so that the resulting integral may come out to be the simplest relation involving at least one of p or q. Then the next step is, the simplest relation of step 4 is solved along with the given equation to determine p and q. Then substitute the values of p and q in dz equal to p dx plus q dy, which on integration we get the complete integral z. You have to note this point. Sometimes Chapit's equation gives p equal to a and q equal to b, where a and b are constants. In such cases, we get the required complete integral by substituting p equal to a and q equal to b in the given equation. Now we consider some examples of Chapit's method. Consider this question. Find a complete integral of z equal to px plus qy plus p square plus q square. Here first we have to transform all the terms in the right hand side to the left hand side and denote that expression by f. That is, we have f of x, y, z, pq equal to z minus px minus qy minus p square minus q square equal to 0. That is equation 5. Then we consider the auxiliary equations. dp by fx plus p into fz equal to dq by fy plus q into fz equal to dz by minus p fp minus q fq equal to dx by minus fp equal to dy by minus fq. Then we evaluate the partial derivatives. We get fx equal to minus p, fy equal to minus q, f z equal to 1, fp equal to minus x minus 2p and fq equal to minus y minus 2q. Then we substitute these partial derivatives in the auxiliary equation. We get dp by 0 equal to dq by 0 equal to dz by p into x plus 2p plus q into y plus 2q equal to dx by x plus 2p equal to dy by y plus 2q. Then taking the first fraction of equation 7, we have dp equal to 0, which on integration we get p equal to some constant a. Taking the second fraction of 7, we get dq equal to 0, which on integration we get q equal to b. Thus here we get p equal to a and q equal to b. A and b are constants. Therefore, the complete integral is obtained by substituting the values of p and q in the given equation. That is, the complete integral is z equal to ax plus by plus a square plus b square, where a and b are arbitrary constants. Now we consider one more question. Find a complete integral of zpq equal to p plus q. So here also first we have to transfer all the terms in the RHS to the left hand side and denote that by f. Therefore we have f of xyz pq equal to zpq minus p minus q equal to 0. That is equation 11. Then the auxiliary equations are dp by fx plus pfz equal to dq by fy plus qfz equal to dz by minus p fp minus q fq equal to dx by minus fp equal to dy by minus fq. On evaluating the partial derivatives, we get fx equal to 0, fy equal to 0, fz equal to pq, fp equal to zq minus 1 and fq equal to zp minus 1. Substituting the partial derivatives in the auxiliary equation, we get dp by p square q equal to dq by pq square equal to dz by minus p into zq minus 1 minus q into zp minus 1 equal to dx by 1 minus zq equal to dy by 1 minus zp. Then consider first and second fraction. We get dp by p equal to dq by q. Then integrating we get log p equal to log q plus some constant log a. That is same as log p equal to log aq. Then on cancelling the log function, we get p equal to aq. This is same as q equal to p by a. Substituting q equal to p by a in equation 11, we get p equal to 1 plus a by z, and substituting p equal to qa in equation 11, we get q equal to 1 plus a by az. Thus we get the values of p and q. Then substitute the values of p and q in the equation dz equal to p dx plus q dy. Hence dz equal to p dx plus q dy equal to 1 plus a by z dx plus 1 plus a by az dy, or 2z dz equal to 2 into 1 plus a into dx plus 1 by a dy, which on integrating we get z square equal to 2 into 1 plus a into x plus 1 by a y plus b, where a and b are arbitrary constants. It is the required complete integral.